Hello, my name is Charlie Pirtle, and my business idea is visually driven. As I said before, my name is Charlie Pirtle. I am in the junior in the College of Business at K-State. I am a finance major minoring in entrepreneurship, and I was born and raised in Wichita, Kansas, and went to Cape Mount Carmel High School. And my startup idea or business idea is a motivational Instagram account called Visually Driven. My problem that I'm trying to solve is that there's a severe lack of motivation in today's society, and people struggle to find motivation through their daily life. And I think a big problem with that is that social media is such a presence in our life that it becomes kind of surrounding everything that we do. And people can sit for hours and scroll through Instagram or TikTok and be sucked in. And that can cause them to be stressed or anxious or think that they didn't get anything done for the day, or any other feeling of kind of a dread that you can get from just scrolling for too long. And oftentimes when you're scrolling for so long, you see things on Instagram that are like people not being real with who they actually are, or standards that are too high in terms of maybe it's body dysmorphia or stuff like that. And that's extremely draining to who we are as a person. And it can cause you to lose severe motivation. And so the Pew Research Center studied motivation and people who struggle with motivation from different age groups, and 53% of the participants between the age of 18 and 19 expressed a severe lack of motivation. And 42% of the participants are above 50 years old and also expressed difficulties in feeling motivated. And so that is why I started Visually Driven. Visually Driven is an Instagram account that I designed to try and give people a sense of motivation on their Instagram feeds instead of just scrolling nonstop, senselessly trying to find information, or just senselessly scrolling for hours when they could be either doing something or getting sleep or working out, whatever it may be. My goal is to give people a sense of motivation and a sense of passion to do what they want to do in their life by posting a couple times a day, whether it be a reel or a post, using my own audio and own visuals used and collaborated with by other accounts, and trying to give that sense of motivation back into social media. And in order to move this forward, I plan to start a newsletter as well within the next month or so, after I get some more growth on the account, that can send emails at the beginning of the day motivating people to get started and get moving to start their day. And in terms of the feasibility of this project or this startup, Instagram is extremely simple to start up. You only have to have an account if you're above 13, or to rephrase that, you can get an account if you're above 13 years old. And this is a viable idea because this is a market that's extremely successful in terms of Instagram accounts being motivational, or whatever, the faceless accounts where it's just a topic feed. They're extremely successful. My brother started one himself, and he is extremely successful. He's one of the biggest accounts on Instagram. And he's helped me through my journey in trying to get this whole startup started. And this is realistic because it's not a huge time consumer in my day-to-day life. Taking an hour a day basically to make videos, post reels, stuff like that is super simple, and it's something that just grows when you're not doing anything to it. And it may be slow growth, but it's consistent. And I've seen good growth in the past 2 months that I've been running this. I started this Christmas break, and it's been doing well so far for the amount of people that have seen it, because Instagram is a lot slower than other accounts like TikTok and things like that. It's a lot more difficult to manipulate the algorithm and certain things like that. And so future growth, I plan on continuing this account and continuing to grow it as much as I can, continuing to post 4 times a day, which seems to be the best time and the best amount to post, as I've discovered in the last 2 months of doing this. Also growing the amounts of likes and amounts of accounts reached. I think my realistic goal is to be able to reach 20,000 accounts reached or accounts interacted by the end of this month. And I think the feasibility, the viability, and the goal and the realism of the project all remains the same throughout the whole thing. I think it's only going to get easier if you stay consistent. Consistency is the biggest issue in in this business, and so I think staying consistent through the next couple months is going to maybe allow me to see some better growth than it has in the past 2 months, and some faster growth once you are able to learn enough to be able to manipulate the system.